Is it about the stereotype against black Americans, or it is the stereotype against black people? But then when she mentioned that even Africans are racist to black Americans, that makes me think it a little deeper. Why? If Africans in America are racist, then I will have to ask why. Why is that? Should we look it from both ends? What is black American doing that makes African to be racist against them? She used the word racist. That is why I'm using this word racist, because to be honest, I don't think it's about racism. I think it's about classism, not racism. Because as an African, you are taught to be close to those who share the same value, both in academics and in profession. We are told those are the people that you can associate with, you can relate with, because they share the same values with you. Now, if I meet a black American and we get close, but I find out that we doesn't share the same value, our visions are different, and I begin to abstain from that person, that does not make me.
Hello, my people. As you know that I'm pro-African, and as you listen to this, our African brother, you can see that even the way he talks, that this person doesn't seem like a good person. This is type of person. I don't know him personally, but this is type of person that gonna be tribalistic. You know what I mean? One of these African that are tribalistic. You know what I mean? Because he's talking about sharing the same value with talking about Black Americans. You know what I mean? African Americans. He's talking about the reason why he's giving the reason why some Africans doesn't associate with Black Americans, and he's talking about if they don't have the same value in terms of academic or profession. You know what I mean? And he said this is what it was taught in Africa, or some people are taught in Africa. But this is a pure lie. Nobody taught him that in Africa. He's just making it up as he go. And the unfortunate thing about it is that he has some followers, people that like to listen to him. It's unfortunate because no one in Africa will teach you like to go and look for somebody that you align with academically or even profession. No one teaches you that in Africa. If you don't want to associate with somebody, you can't use this as a cover, as a cover that, oh, this is why I don't want to associate Black Americans. You know what I mean? There's some Black Americans, African Americans in Africa today, living in Africa. You know what I mean? So you cannot use that as a excuse. You know what I mean? And beside, even if you have some problem with some group of people, you don't generalize it. That's the problem I see people do. You know what I mean? This beefing between African Americans and Africans shouldn't be happening, and I made a video about it because Africa will just let it slide. So there should be a grown up in one part. People that you listen to this or you don't, or you listen to what they say and they just let it slide because this is a rabbit hole. No one wins. You know what I mean? This going through this route, this road will end. Dead end. You know what I mean? We're not gonna achieve anything. And this guy is making video about any people or all these African Americans that talk some negative stuff about Africa. He want to make video about. He want to defend Africa. You know what I mean? But I don't see it as a defense. I see it as making it worse. The best thing we should do, Africans, we should do is that we should understand their situation and where they're coming from. You know what I mean? It's enough if you can chill and look into their situation, you understand it. Anything they say, you leave it. Don't go and start arguing with them who is right or wrong, because it doesn't achieve anything. And even if they don't like Africans, they have reason not to do that. They have a valid reason not to do that. And if Africans not to like them, we don't have valid reasons. You know what I mean? We don't, but they have. I'm talking as an African. They have valid reasons not to like Africa because of what our forefathers did to them. Some of our forefathers, not everyone, did to their forefathers as well, and they still remember it. Some of them might, bear these grudges, So that's why you shouldn't be talking to them, responding to them. But this guy is making his channel about, talking about this, and for me, it sounds like somebody that is not a good person. I'm not saying like personally something, but I'm talking about somebody like me. If you're a mean person, let me put it that way. Like this kind of person, if you see the person in Africa, it might be a tribalistic human being. You know what I mean? So there's no point of making video trying to defend yourself or defend the Africans because it doesn't matter. We just take it. What they're gonna do? They're gonna only say it. They're not gonna. They're not gonna do us any harm. The only thing they're gonna do is verbal. And I know that people cannot take it. But you have to learn how to take stuff. As a man. Just take it and don't talk about it. Forget about them. Because if you keep going back and forth, this beef or this will continue forever, which it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't advance anyone. It just cause enmity. You know what I mean? That's what it causes is enmity between people that are the same, the same skin color. But you might have different accent, which is nothing. We have the same origin, the same DNA. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video. You can like our video if you agree with what I said, or dislike our video. It's still good. If you don't agree with what we are saying, peace.